You're going through so many portfolios and resumes each day. Do you find yourself having time to actually read cover letters? Depends on the role. If it's a user researcher role, I read cover letters. I feel like that's kind of part of their craft, similar to product managers sometimes. Product managers tend to be more of like a case study, KPI exercise kind of thing. But I also think it's very, very important to just write a quote unquote cover letter for yourself, not necessarily each job. Make sure that's on your LinkedIn profile at the top. And this kind of goes back to what we were saying about like what you're looking for, like dress for the part you want. Like just write your own letter of intent without looking at a job description. Put it on the top of your resume, put it on the top of your LinkedIn. And then you can just kind of, if you want to still do a cover letter, you can, you know,
riff on that a bit.
Honestly, like to your point, Jared, it's the work, like from a design point of view, like user research and product management. I do look at cover letters, but it's much more about like, I call it a letter of intent. Not
Well, they don't have really portfolios as like that
much. They don't have the work to speak. Like that, like the design work itself.
But even just like a 2 to 3 sentence thing on your website, if you're a designer, that says like, this is what I've done. This is what I excel at. This is what I want to do.
Something that I see people do a lot. Something that I see people do a lot in cover letters is that they're so full of cliche and so. And it's like, I'm a team player, I'm collaborative, I'm attentive to detail. It's like all these things that everybody is, right, in an ideal world. You know, I was listening to a podcast last night called Hidden Brain. It's an NPR podcast. And they were talking about like how to win people over. And so it was, you know, if you're just lauding your achievements and just bragging, it tends to not resound very well with people. But if you can brag, but then bring humor into it, so you're kind of sort of not debasing yourself, but you're just not taking yourself as seriously and you're infusing your personality into it. I think that's a great opportunity, right? To like, to have an opportunity to stand out. Like what makes me different? What personalizes this?
I feel like storytelling is what I respond to. Storytelling is what I respond to. Maybe that's the RGA in me. I don't know. They were big storytelling. It's in my DNA.
You know, it's a cave person in you. It's like we're all cave people sitting around a fire telling stories. That's what I think.
And we're bringing back the pictures now too, not just words. We're doing pictures as well.
And I do think that the cover letters these days, even like just talking to my peers, like us applying all summer, like so many people are doing the AI thing.
Right.
And I just like, I don't know, I've always been adverse to cover letters. It's the art student in me. Like, let me see a picture.
I don't know what they tell you.
One thing I like to say to some of my coaching clients for their resumes, if they all start to look the same, like how do you set yourself apart? Think about mentally cutting up your resume. Like, let's say I have your resume and I cut it into just like strips of all of the different things that you have and I threw it into the air. If I pick up a piece, can I match it back to you? Or can it go to like 5 people? Right. So all of those more generic, like summary, objective,
trustworthy, collaborative,
but like, like the Google XYZ formula, kind of like, I did this, this is how, and this is the result. Like, tell us the cool shit that you guys have made or love doing. And how do I, pick this up and match it to Maz? Right. That's kind of a pretty good.
That's a good point. And it's like kind of like mini stories. Mini stories telling
specific
the story.
Quality.